Europe is very close to the election of the new European Parliament. What you need to know about this election? Well, first, every 5 years in Europe, the Europeans are called to elect the European Parliament. But what is really the European Parliament and what is the role of the Popular Party, the European Popular Party, in this election? Well, first of all, since forever, the Europe has been ruled and managed by the union between the Popular Party, that represent the conservative area, and the socialist. So you have had in the past the two forces that usually are opposed to rule together Europe. Something similar of what happened in Germany with what we know with the Gross Coalition that put together left and right. But what are the results of this union between left and right? The results are very easy to understand. That left every time in every decision wins, and all the European law and regulation are profoundly oriented to the left and to the extreme left. For example, Europe embraced all the leftist ideas about the environment. Europe and the Union is repressing quite a bit the agricultural business all throughout Europe in order to support the Agenda 2030, all the environmental ideas. So they are limiting the agricultural sector all throughout Europe. For example, at the opposite of the culinary culture of Europe, for example, the European Union pushes the use of insects are not used in the European culinary culture, but from Europe, for the people in Brussels, they believe that it's a good idea to have insects in the culinary habits of Europeans for some reason, from some ecological reason that is difficult to understand. So we have from one side a union that apparently it is ruled by left and right, but all the decisions that are taken by the union are from the left side, since forever. So, since the existence of the European Union, it has been ruled by leftist ideas. So, the ideals of the right, or what we consider the conservative idea, always lose against the point of the left. That's the fact. So, the main question would be why the right, or what we know as the conservative, agree to stay in such governments when their ideas are not taken in consideration? Well, for a simple and easy fact to understand. In order to have the chairs of power, in order to be able to spend European contributions, in order to decide how to invest in Europe, because if you are in the government, you have access to money. That's very easy. Thanks, and you do that through the chairs that represent power and money. That's the easy point to understand. So, probably what we consider as conservative decide to stay in the government, even if their idea, in my opinion, are not taken in consideration, just because to be in the chair of power. So, what could change with the following election? Well, it could change that for the first time there is the possibility of a new majority, where you have the Popular Party, which is the conservative one, that might find some other agreement with other parties of other conservative parties, and to let out of the administration the extreme left represented by the socialist or the green or the extreme leftist group. Let's see what it happened. We will see if in the future there will be a new administration, this one a conservative one, because so far, as I said, Europe has been ruled by the left and by the extreme left. And the way of ruling, and it's important to mention another important thing, the way of ruling of the extreme left is extremely limitative of the freedom of the people. With all the regulation that the European Union produces, the only object they have in some case is to limit the freedom of people. So it will be a door, a change in the government European Union level, it could be a door to a more democracy, in my opinion. But let's see what it happened, and let's see if there will be a change or if everything will be the same. Let me know what you think about the European Union in the comments. Remember that there is my book on the European Union on sales, Eurodementia. In that book, you will have clear all the inconsistencies of the European Union.